Hi, my name is Carol McLeod, and I'm the author of the book Holy Estrogen. I'm a people watcher. I love to observe women's lives and watch how they respond to life circumstances and events. And one thing that I've noticed over the decades of my life is that we don't always do it very well, do we? We don't always respond to circumstances and events and difficult people in the godliest of ways. And so I wrote this book called Holy Estrogen that's focused on helping women especially deal with their emotions. Now, we've had some men read it as well, and they tell me that it's good for men too. What is up with estrogen? What is up with our emotions? Did God really mean for us to live a roller coaster life ordered by the fluctuation of some hormone that we couldn't even control? No. I think that God wired us to need more of Him, so that in every situation, every circumstance in our lives, we would realize the importance of dependence on Him or trust in Him. In this book, Holy Estrogen, I've told a lot of funny stories on myself and on some of my friends, and I thought I'd tell you one of those stories today. I have never liked eating salmon, never. And I have this healthy daughter-in-law. She never puts a gram of sugar past her lips, never. She is so in control of every calorie, every fat gram, every piece of gluten that goes in her size 2 body. I have never been that way. And we were visiting her house one day, and I said to her, "What's for dinner, Em?" And she said, "We're going to have salmon." And I thought, oh no, what am I going to do? I'll gag the whole meal. And so mentally, while I was playing blocks with my granddaughter, Olivia, I was trying to think, how can I get to the grocery store and sneak some ice cream and some chocolate into this house? Well, we sat down at the dinner table. She fixed the plates. The presentation was incredible. There was a little green salad with feta cheese and carrots sprinkled with a vinaigrette. That's right, sprinkled. There was not a tablespoon. There was just a little tiny bit. And then we each got half of a sweet potato with no butter, no sugar on it, just a little bit of cinnamon. And then the centerpiece of the meal was this big, large piece of salmon. And I thought, okay, Carol, you can do it. You're a grown-up, you're big. And I took just a tiny bite, and I didn't gag, and I was able to swallow it. So I thought, this is good. You can take 2 bites without vomiting all over the table. So I took the second bite, and after the second bite, I had to confess. I said to Emily, "Emily, this is great. What did you do to this piece of salmon?" And she laughed and she said, "Well, I knew you didn't like salmon very much, so I marinated it in the tastes and the flavors that you like." She said, "I knew that you liked soy sauce and dill, and so I put those 2 things together and marinated it all day long, because the salmon takes on the flavor of whatever it's been marinated in." And in that moment, I knew God was speaking to me. It's the same way with our lives. We take on the flavor of whatever we've been marinating in. So, if you've been marinating in bitterness and anger, guess what you're going to taste like? But if you've been marinating in His presence, you will taste like Jesus. The bottom line of everything in life, including our emotions, is that we need more of Him and less of us. One of the chapters in the book deals with difficult people. I don't know about you, but I would be a perfectly wonderful person if it weren't for people. Is that the way you are too? It's people that ruin my emotional stability. And so this chapter that deals with difficult people points out the fact that God actually strategically puts difficult people in our lives to bring out the Jesus in us, to bring out the fruit of the Spirit in us. My book, Holy Estrogen, deals with things like anger and loneliness and stress and the blahs. The book is word rich. It's got a scripture in there for you no matter what you're going through.